Hey guys, all right, so I have Becca Conceal and Prime on my eyes, and I'm going to do another look with our exotic pot palette. I'm going to, bear with me, this is the first time I'm doing a video like this. I'm gonna try to do 3 looks in this video. I won't do them all on today. Maybe I'll do 2 looks today, we'll see. But we're gonna start, no idea. I didn't plan any of my looks out. It's just there's so many colors. So here is the palette, and it is by King Beauty, okay? It does smell like a box of crayons. So we're gonna start, let's see, let me get my first little blending brush, and I don't even know what to do. Let's do, I guess we'll start, yesterday I did sort of like a brown coral look in, which you guys are probably seeing on Sunday in my Get Ready With Me. I know that's uploading as we speak. So I'm trying to look. I think we're going to start with a pink look today. And we're going to start with the color Farmers right here. And I'm going to use that as, and I didn't set my lids, I just put the concealer over it. So we're going to go ahead, I should have a smaller palette to hold on to. Let me see if this has a, yes, Ofra has a mirror. We'll use Ofra's mirror so I can get in here, show you guys. Doo-doo. Don't mind all the old lady wrinkles, but here we go. So we're gonna come in this pretty pink shade, and we're gonna blend that in. It's a very soft pink, very pretty actually. Very pretty. Okay, we're gonna use a little bit more, see if it builds up. Seems to be. It's very light, which is fine because this is, like I said, this is sort of the transition shade. Now I do have slightly hooded eyes. By slightly, I mean they're a lot. And so I always go up a little bit higher so that when I close my eyes, I can see the color right up in here. So a good way to know, like, how, it depends how hooded your eyes are, but just look straight into the camera, into the mirror, and make sure your color comes up high enough for you to see it. I have hooded eyes, but I still have big lid space. I know it's kind of a weird combo, but we're gonna do the same thing on this side. And this side gives me more trouble with blending. This, you know, usually you have 2 different eye shapes, slightly. But this is my one that gives me problems. Such a pretty color. This is such a soft color. I mean, you could honestly do this with some eyeliner and mascara and really be done and just have a light wash of pink on your eye. This is such a soft and feminine color. Like, if you were gonna do that, I would see how it just came over here. I would get this part of it and then you could leave it. You could do the one and done. You don't even have to cover your whole lid, or you could do it all over your lid and a little liner. I just accidentally added the color Skillful in there, which is the pink next to it, which is fine. So we're gonna go with that since I did it, and I'm gonna go in and get this color. This is a little bit of a darker, I'm gonna show it to you in just a second, a darker pink, and this is darkening up that soft pink that we just put on. So I'm coming in a little bit lower, more into the crease with this color. I'm using the same brush. Okay, so now we have a pretty decent buildup, a little bit more Skillful here. All right, and this is a pretty color too, a little bit more Skillful here. It's almost like a corally pink. That's gorgeous. Okay, so let me show you the 2 colors we used. They are side by side here. This is Farmers, that's what we started with, and then we moved over to Skillful, which is this pink here, this coral pink, a little darker. So that's where we are so far. Okay, now we need a different color. And I feel like kind of staying maybe in a little bit of a monochromatic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go, actually in the very next color is Summer House, and this is sort of a hot pink. We're gonna put this in the outer V. So we're staying in this row, and we're going right over to Summer House, right here, okay? Got something in my mouth. And we're gonna put that in the outer V and darken it up. And this is definitely more of like a hot pink color. Honestly, I'm just sort of putting the color in with a small brush where I want it. Not really worried about blending at this point, just darkening. And I'm actually not using the right brush for it, but that's okay. This is a flat brush, kind of a flat shader brush. All right, that color actually works really well, I think, with the other colors that we've used. Let me clean the brush off. What is a little confusing in here is how many colors there are to actually use. So I think that makes it difficult to figure out. So let's see, should we go with like a totally different color on the lid? My brown drama has broken in here and it's making a mess. Let's see, we can go with a gold on the lid. We could do a pink on the lid, but I kind of did corals and pink in the Get Ready With Me, so I think I want to do something different. Let's see. What about green? What if we do sweet toffee? That's like a totally different crazy color that I would normally not ever do. I think we're gonna do that. So you can see I have a broken shade in here, but we're gonna go to, where did it go? This color, sweet toffee, right here. And it's a green, a pretty green. We're gonna see what we get. This is more of a satin versus a metallic. So let's see what this looks like with the pink. Ooh, look at that, guys. I just want to be able to give you guys a good sense of what I think about this palette, and I think after 3 eye looks, I should be able to give you a better idea. Go up just a little bit up here. That's a stunning, stunning color. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Oh, a little bit of fallout with this shade. I just got it. Unfortunately, I did my base already on my face. All right, let me see if I can wipe that away easy enough. Yeah. So that's gorgeous. Okay. So I'm gonna zhuzh in a little side color, and I'm gonna dark it up and go to Music Box right here, which is like a burgundy, and I'm gonna darken up a little bit in between those two colors there, so it's not so harsh, right in here. I'm just gonna blend that until I get it where I like it. Actually, I don't like this, but I need a smaller brush. We'll use this brush instead. Music Box. I still have a hard line, so we're gonna play with this a little bit till we get it where we want. And again, I got fallout. I don't think that fallout's gonna wipe away. All right, I'm gonna go in with, it's a color over here. It looks like this, and I'm just gonna tap it right in the center, right there, so it sort of fades a little bit. kind of like a white shimmery color. It's a pretty color too. There, okay, so I like how that's looking. So now I'm gonna go under the eyes with that music box color that we put in the corner, just a little bit here on the edges. This color doesn't pack as much of a punch as I had hoped it would. This is a, like, you gotta kind of build it color. And actually, I want to go underneath with the really colored, that skillful, like, pink color. I want to go, actually, I should have done that first, all under here. Then I'll go back in and add the dark. Again, a little bit of fallout there. Okay, now we'll add the dark. This color is that I just put on is called Just Eyes. It's a darker version of the music box. I'll show you guys, hold on. There's two colors I used you guys didn't see, so let me show those to you. This palette's just so hard to like pick up. It's definitely not like a good one for travel. Okay. So that kind of lighter color I mixed up here, that's called Over Here, okay? And then this color here, Just Eyes, I just put down on the bottom. I'm gonna go back with the same brush and pick up that green again, because I feel like I should put a little bit down here. Just to sort of make the look a little more cohesive. This is such a cool color. And I don't typically wear greens on my eyes ever. Sort of building that green up a little bit. Just got it in my eyeball. Oh, that doesn't feel good. And this stuff is all cruelty-free, which is really cool. Okay, so that's what we're dealing with so far. We have a really neat kind of green and pink look going on. I do have a dark green liner that I'm going to use on my waterline. That I actually need to sharpen. It's like a really pretty hunter green. I think this came in one of our boxes. One of my beauty boxes. I gotta get a little closer, guys. So I'm gonna probably go out of frame, but I'll be right back. And we're gonna get this in here. Yeah, there we go. I know you can't see me, I'm sorry. It's just the thing needs to be sharpened. Okay, so there it is. I've got the dark hunter green to kind of tie it in. All right, I'll be right back with lashes and the top liner. Okay, here is look number one. My hair is not brushed, so I apologize. So to finish off the look, I used these Sugar Pill lashes. I don't know if you guys have ever used these lashes, the Sugar Pill. I think they're a pretty good name brand. They open your eye up very bright, but they're a little bit hard to work with. They're very stiff. I had to cut them. And then of course I used the Pixie, which I feel like I need more. I feel like it's paling in comparison to everything else going on. The Pixie blush. We're gonna make that a little brighter. And then I used on the For highlighter, I used the Tarte Pink Lemonade Highlighting Stick. This is so cool. It's just a little stick and you just put it where you want and then kind of rub it in. And it's really nice. And it smells good. It smells really good. All right. And then for lips, I used the Wet n Wild in Gone Burgundy to line my lips, and I used the Becca Glow Gloss in Snapdragon, which this and this came from Marshall's. I don't know what that is on my lip. I kind of line my lips too much, but anyway, there is the finished look number 1 using the Exotic Pop palette. I'm going to close my eyes so you guys can see the overall look. I think it came out pretty good. The colors are fun. I'm not sure I like this particular look on me, but I think the colors are fun and it gives you a little bit of an idea of how to kind of mix some different colors that maybe even put together. I think that's part of the fun of this palette. So we're going to do looks 2 and 3. I'll probably take a little break and do them in a little bit, maybe do some other videos for now, but that's look number 1. brought 3 different looks from the Exotic Pop palette. I have some thoughts that I want to share with you. First of all, the colors, some of them were very, very hard to blend. Purple didn't even show up at all, and in the second look, some of the yellows were not coming out good. I was really struggling. You can get a pretty look and you can make it work, but this is not a beginner's palette, and this is not a high quality shadow palette. The other thing that I was very disappointed in, I mentioned it I think in one of my other videos, is that there are 2 chocolate shades, 2 drama shades, and 2 Deck the Malls shades. Now, they're all different colors. All 6 of them are different colors. None of them are the same color, and they have the same name. Additionally, like, they just did not, either they didn't double check their work. I mean, somebody was either sloppy with the names and used the same names, just threw them on a color and didn't pay attention to it. I don't know, but it's sloppy work. And then on the bottom, these glitters are terrible. As you saw in the last video, this is almost like craft glitter. This is not eye safe glitter. It is chunky. There is nothing in it to help. And I used a glitter glue and it was still horrendous. And getting it off my eyes was even more painful. It was horrible. I would not recommend even trying these glitters for your eyes at all. So my final thought on this palette is, it is beautiful. There are a ton of colors. You can make some really gorgeous looks. However, I don't recommend this palette. I wish I could say that I did, because it is so beautiful and there's so many pretty colors. And honestly, one of the looks not in this video that I did in my first like get ready with me, I loved that look. I will say that the shadows stay on your eyes well. They don't come off. The colors stay pretty. If you just have to work really hard with this palette to get a look that you're gonna like, to get some of the shadows don't even want to show up, but then like if you do, the metallics in here are good. So like the satins and the metallic shimmers, they're pretty and they stay nice. And so if you get a good look and you're able to work something out that you like, that look will stay with you all day, and it doesn't seem to fade. It doesn't get oily and like come off your skin. So in that regard, it was good, but overall, I cannot say I would recommend you buying this palette. I will still use this palette. It's just got so many colors in it. It's hard not to, and some of the colors are fine, but these are just a waste in my mind. None of those colors, actually right here, none of those purples work. Now purples they are a tough color for people to use, or to create for people making the makeup. They did really bad at it. And some of them are just like these yellows up here, really, really hard to get the color in. But then when you go in and use, I think this is Queen Bee, when you go in and use those metallic colors, those are pretty. Those are really pretty. These 2 shades here that I used in one of my first looks not in this video, beautiful, beautiful. So it definitely smells like a box of Crayola crayons as well. This is the first palette that I have tried from Qing Beauty, which is QING. It does come from China, and it says that they are not tested on animals and that this will last for 2 years, 24 months. So I'm glad it's not animal testing, because usually in China that you have a lot of animal testing in China. So this is a cruelty-free one apparently, but I can't tell you that I recommend it. So I'm sorry. I hope you guys did still enjoy the video, but I just wanted to be truthful. I don't want you to go buy something that I recommend. I'm kind of like changing my mind, because the first look I did, I used all the good colors, I guess, and they blended and it was so beautiful and I was so happy with the look. And then as I played with it more, it's very difficult to use this palette. And I just don't want you guys to go out and buy it and then be upset with me because I recommended it. And in actuality, after I've used it now several times, more than what you saw in the video, it's just a difficult palette to work with. You can still get a pretty eye look if you're willing to be patient and, you know, really build up the shadows. But some of the colors, they just don't show up. And then to have all those names where you have 2 chocolates, 2 dramas, 2 Deck the Halls, that's just sloppy in my opinion, and they need to go back and they need to fix that. So anyway, I wanted to come in and quickly do this review real quick. I've got to run, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.